fun. Let me make sure that I can hear everything. Well, it says that I can hear, so that's good. Hopefully they can hear me. Awesome. Fun. Make sure I can hear everything. Well, it says that I can hear, so that's good. Hopefully they can hear me. Okay, so let's figure this out. So it's just a matter of figuring all this stuff out. Hey. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Trying to make sure that we have all this stuff up. Hey. Can you guys hear me? Let me check on my device. If everyone can hear me. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live. I'm Denaya. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Denaya. That's DANAYAAZURE. So let me go ahead and make sure that we are all good with the audio. Just checking. Hello, 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 hello. Hold on. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Yay. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Okay, great. Great, no feedback. All right, let me get all these notifications and things off of my phone because that's so. First thing when it comes to live streaming, live streamers, turn your notifications off when you're going live. Hey, Miss Leo, how are you? When you are going live, turn your notifications off. That way, everyone doesn't have to hear bing, 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 bing every 5 seconds because you know we're getting your messages and Facebook and all of that fun stuff. So what I wanted to talk about today specifically, I was like, I wanted to go live because I was kind of frustrated. I saw, well, it was a couple of different things. At first, I tried to do this live last week, but my schedule was insane. So I just kept getting phone calls like, "Hey, I need you at this event, I need you at this meeting or whatever," and so I wasn't able to do it last week. So I'm here today, and the main thing that I wanted to talk about specifically tonight was the fact that we have to stop letting people just say I'm sorry and just keep it moving. We have to get to the point where I'm sorry just isn't good enough. So, perfect example, yesterday there was an incident on a television station in Oklahoma where the Caucasian coworker decided to compare her African American coworker to a gorilla. And today she came on and did the little, the basic crying and, oh my God, right? Like, so she just came on and she was crying and all of that mess. And I'm just like, of course, she kept her job for this, right? So she kept her job. My biggest thing is that you knew what you were saying, you knew exactly what you were doing, but you made the choice to do this. You made the choice to be disrespectful. You made the choice to do this on air, mind you. It was so funny. I was sharing this with my friends and I was saying, had it been me, I definitely would have probably not had a job, probably had to call the police department because I would have gone off because what you're not gonna do is sit up there and disrespect me on air and think that everything's gonna be okay. I would have politely said, "Can you turn those cameras off? You might want to go to commercial break because this isn't going to end well for you. This is not going to end well right now." But the fact that she came back on and she was crying and she was so hurt and this is her friend and she didn't mean to hurt him and blah 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 zay whatever. Just absolutely disgusting and despicable. I was just like, seriously though, how do we think this is okay? And so and we know this is not the only. Yes, some things are unforgivable, and people say forgive you. Yeah, forgive you for you. Exactly. Well, yeah, that's fine. But publicly, it's f you. I'm good. Exactly, man. This is the meek white woman action, and let's be very clear because I know there've been issues of people saying, "Oh, there's this whole light skin versus dark skin and African Americans versus Caucasians on here." That's not the case. Anytime that I've said anything about anyone, it's been because of their character, not because of the color of their skin. Let's be very clear so we don't even have to have that conversation. The majority of my friends are Caucasian, especially when I was a child, because I was like said, Zarina, hey mama, how are you? The majority of my friends are especially those in school were Caucasian or Hispanic. So let's not even try to pull that trick on me. That doesn't work. Sorry. That doesn't work over here, honey. So I think the biggest problem that I have with this entire situation is that we have so many people that think that this is okay. I mean, hell, we have a person in the White House currently who thinks he can say whatever racist mess he wants to, and then oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way, and he gets more votes. So speaking of, 2020 is around the corner. I need y'all to go out here and vote and change this. Zarina, what's good? What's good? What's good? Miss Leo, hello, hello. How are you? In case if you guys are watching the replay, my name is Danaya Azure. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat. So basically, I think my channel is going to be mainly about my adventures and what I do because I do a lot. So like this weekend, I'm going to be driving your notifications crazy. Yes. He hardly apologizes, and when he does, it's so inappropriate. When he apologizes, I cringe because I'm just like, who wrote that for you? Because you didn't write it yourself and you don't give a damn. And that's the problem. You don't care about this. You don't care about this country. You don't care about your job. You didn't even want your job to begin with. And I mean, and I'm sorry, but could if at least so wait, 2 out of 3 of your wives are immigrants, and 2 out of 3 of your wives barely speak English, but they've been here for 20 some odd years. I'm confused. But you mad at other immigrants that are coming here now. Okay. That's a whole different thing. But it's just this whole concept of, I can just say what I want to, and that's gonna be perfectly fine as long as I apologize. And that's just not the case. That is not the case. You cannot just say what you want and just move on because that's what you're comfortable with. That's not how any of this works. But that's what we constantly go through. That's what we constantly go through. How many cops have sat up there and shot unarmed black boys, black women, black children? But they're keeping their jobs because they said I was sorry, and oh, I was scared, and oh, it was this, and oh, it was that. How many times have we gone through that? How many times have we had to have those conversations? Meanwhile, the person that you killed sitting up there in a body bag, and their parent has to figure out how to bury their child because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the cop had happened to be in the wrong mood. Oh, he didn't think he'd win. Absolutely, he ran out. Well, he ran to run. This is what people don't understand. 45 did not think he was gonna win. When he won, he was like, what do I do next? He only ran to one. He only ran to run. He did not run to win. He was in shock when he won. If had he not won, his wife would have left him. Let's be very clear. His wife would have left him had he not won. Because she was on the cusp of leaving that fool before that. Okay? People don't understand. She was on the cusp of leaving that fool before that. Yeah, he didn't think right. Zarian said he didn't think he would win. And that's why he looked the way he did the night he won. He walked out looking like, what the fuck? Like for real. He really, really did. And it's crazy. And getting the hospital built right, exactly. And getting the hospital built after their family was murdered. That's what people don't understand. We're sitting up here and just saying, oh, it's okay. You know, don't worry about it. You know, and then what gets me even more is that we're always blaming the victim. The person can't talk because they're dead, but we're blaming them because maybe they spoke to the cop in the wrong manner, or maybe what was it? They've spoken to the cop in the wrong manner. They were too tall. They looked intimidating. Right. There were people saying that he won. Oh wait, that when he won, him and Melania had a huge fight right after before they walked out because she didn't want him to win. And and leave her lifestyle. Right. Here's another thing. How in the world do you ever get to be in some place other than the White House? Like, how do you ever get to live in someplace other than the White House and the country pays for it? I'm confused. She was in New York for 6 months before she came to the White House, and she's probably contemplating whether she was going to leave him or not for real. But they don't want to tell you that part. I'm pretty sure that's why she was in New York for 6 months. Really? Oh, and exposing the victim. That's the that's their favorite thing to do, expose the victim. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So the person's dead, but you're gonna go back and bring up all their past and all their records and what they've done, and they had this tweet in 1984. Wait, what? I mean, you know what I mean? Like in like 2004 or whatever, whenever the hell Twitter started, that kind of mess. Yeah. Yep. They forced her to move into the White House. They sure did, and they should have. She never should have had a choice in the first place. Nobody else had a choice to move into the White House or not. What do you mean? Nobody had a choice. I'm gonna move into the like. It was just you win. You go to the White House. That's it. In the story, you flip over your life. That's how this works. That's how this is supposed to work. All this. I'm gonna stay in another state for 6 months, and y'all gonna pay for it, and y'all gonna pay for $100,000 a day for my security. That's never supposed to happen. I'm confused on how that even occurred in the first place. Right? Hopefully, he loses some money, can leave him and write that book, baby, baby. She needs to write that book for real. Like, OMG, it's too crazy. Oh, Let's see what BET. Let's see what BET has to say about this whole situation. Child, I'm so irritated. Right. Listen, it didn't take long for the morning anchor from the Oklahoma television station to flip a lighthearted segment about a gorilla at the Oklahoma Zoo to an offensive racist moment by comparing the ape to her black co-anchor. Right. So to talk about during the right during the whole thing is during the live broadcast. During the live broadcast, mind you, this is during a live broadcast. They were doing a story about a gorilla, and this Rod said, kind of looks like you. Listen, I mean, I'm floored by this. I'm floored by the fact that she even thought that statement was okay. She literally looked at a gorilla on television and said, "Doesn't that look like you?" And thought there was nothing wrong with this situation, right? Because they're already separated, and I'm sure Stormy Daniels' scandal sealed that deal. Absolutely, she would walk out ahead of him and not grab his hand. She swipes his hand away. Girl, hold on, I gotta figure out how to put that thing in the comments. Let me see if I can grab. I might be able to grab it. Actually, I think I can grab it in the comments. Child. Right. So hold on. Sorry. So Hackett, hold on, wait. So after that, Ross said that the Hackett, who was the anchor, said, hold on, pause. See, this is why I get irritated. So apparently he kind of just played it off on air. So he was like, "Well, kind of, yeah. Like this is the problem. This is the problem right here. He played this off. You allowed this. You didn't check her then. That's the issue. Was that there should have been a whole situation. There should have been a pause. Wait a minute. There should have been a shocked face, a pause, and hold on. So that they could have had the conversation. He didn't check her. No, that's the problem. He did not check her. I'm looking at this. Oh, shout out to Trees sent me this. He did not check her. You've got to be kidding me. What? So he had a brief pause and was like, "Yeah, it kind of does, actually." Really? This is why people think they can say this stuff because y'all don't check them. And now let's be very clear. There is a way to do it properly. And again, Ashley would have been like, "Okay, okay, okay." So what? So we're gonna go to commercial. Ashley would have been like, "We're gonna go to commercial break. I'm gonna need you to turn those cameras off real quick, and we're gonna have a conversation. And that would have been the end of that. There wouldn't have been no like, oh, that's cute. It's like, okay, can you turn those cameras off so I can talk to this bitch real quick? Because this is what we not gonna do on here. But the problem is, too many of us don't check people when they do things like that. And when you don't check someone when they do things like that, they think they can constantly do it. Right. They need to change they definitely need to change the requirements for president. I've been saying that because I'm confused on how he even got on the ticket. Because we all know had a photo come out of Michelle Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, First Lady forever, had anything ever come out about her. Hey, Mr. Wise, how are you? Had anything ever come out about her being naked on camera, it would have been the end of Barack even trying to run for anything. And that's whether that be president, senator, whatever. But you got in the White House and you have multiple pictures and you Google your name in this porn that comes up. I'm confused on how you are the first lady. I'm confused on how this works. So confused. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, it's insane. So, and it's so crazy because, like, because my biggest thing is that, is her apologies, what frustrates me, because this isn't the first time this kind of stuff has happened on air. This isn't the first time this kind of stuff has happened. Well, definitely in its history, but especially on air. People will say stuff on air. Hell, Fox News says dumb stuff all the time. And I forgot what they said about President Obama that sent my mom over the edge, and she was just done dealing with him after that. But there were so many things that. Oh. Oh, Zarina. Yeah, Zarina's awesome. We love her. Not the Illuminati. Sorry. Yeah, Zarina's awesome. We call her the Illuminati because she knows everything, because she's everywhere. Always gives us the tea. Yes, we love Zarina. If y'all haven't done so already, follow that queen because she's amazing. She will definitely show you what content creators are dope, because she only rocks with the best. We love her for that. But no, but it's so crazy, because it's just like, it's a mess. It's an absolute, absolute, absolute mess. And but like I said, my thing is her apology, and the fact that she's gonna keep her job after this. She's gonna keep her job after this. She doesn't have to think about it. She doesn't have to sit home and think about this in unemployment office, because that's what should have happened. Because the problem is, we are getting to the point where we're allowing too much stuff to get through. His first mistake is that he didn't check her first and foremost. I don't understand that at all. Maybe I'm guessing because they're in Oklahoma, and I mean, sorry, because they're in Nebraska or whatever. But like, Omaha, but so they're in Nebraska, so maybe that's why he didn't check her. But at the same token, like, if you don't check people when they do this, they're gonna continue to do stupid things. They're gonna continue to do deliberate, disgusting things, because they think that it's okay. As all they do is apologize. Because I'm sure that, as quick as she apologized, there's gonna be somebody on Twitter or on Instagram or whatever that's gonna be like, "Why are you apologizing to that nigga?" and all that kind of mess. It's gonna create a whole nother problem. But the whole situation is the fact that she felt comfortable doing that. That's the problem. We have to get to the point where people don't feel comfortable saying those things. Wait, she did no, he didn't rep like, no, she's just on air chilling. Like, so I'm assuming they might have said something like, she was like, "Oh, we talk all the time, and we talk afterwards, and blah blah blah." I'm not talking to you afterwards. I have nothing to say to you. I would have nothing to say to you. In fact, I'm not sitting next to you. Go on the other side. You can go ahead, put my chair on one side, put your chair on the other. If you come back, I'm good. I have nothing to say to you. But like I said, we have too many people that allow. Like I said, when she did it, he was just like, "Oh yeah," and he laughed it off. That's no laughing matter. Somebody should have checked her that second. It shouldn't take you a whole 24 hours to check to come back and apologize. And I get it, whatever. She wants to make sure she apologizes on air, or whatever. But the whole thing is the fact that you said that means that you say that mess in private. The fact that you said that you were comfortable saying it means it's not the first time you've ever said some ignorant shit like that. And that's the problem. That's the problem that's what people don't understand. This is a constant problem because we constantly allow it. Hey Deanna, hey boo, what's good, mama? Yes, like that's the problem. Deanna, did you hear about that? About the news anchor in what the hell is it? In Omaha, Nebraska, that lost her daggone mind and actually compared her coworker to gorilla on air yesterday, and they came back today crying and all that kind of mess. Girl, bye. I swear, I'm not. I don't think people are understanding. Girl, okay, so let me read. I'm gonna read you one of the stories so I can have all the ducks in a row. Cause I didn't see it. Cause child, had I seen it, I would have show. If they, I'm like, oh, is there a calling number? Child. Okay. So basically, this is from BET. Shout out to BET. Sometimes they get things right. Sometimes they do. So it didn't take long for an Oklahoma television station to flip flop a lighthearted segment about a gorilla at the Oklahoma City Zoo to an offensive racist moment by comparing the ape to her black co-anchor. Coco TV anchor Alex Hudson is under fire for comparing her African American co-host to a gorilla on live television. Now, mind you, she compared this man. They're talking about a gorilla, and she compared him to the gorilla. Hold on. So during the live broadcast last Thursday, Hackett said you can tell that he was ready for his close up. Whoo! Hold on. I'm gonna say this again because I can't even believe what I'm about to say. During the live broadcast last Thursday, Hackett said you can tell that he was ready for his close up. Now, mind you, she's talking about the gorilla when she says this dumbass statement. When referencing the ape named Finn, who was standing to the camera. She then continued, girl, oh no, child, hold on. He didn't continue, said, kind of looks like you. So after saying that the gorilla was ready for his close-up, she turned to this man and said, kind of looks like you. Hold on. Hackett responded, after a brief pause, this is what he said. After a brief pause, instead of flipping the hell out, all he said is, he paused and said, yeah, it kind of does. So instead of checking her, he said, huh, I guess it does look like me. Girl. The following day, Howson sat on the couch next to Hackett for an on-air apology. So she apologized. She apologized the very next day. And her statement was, I said something yesterday that was inconsiderable. It was inconsiderate. That was inconsiderate. It was inconsiderate and I hurt people. And she hurt people. And she's crying and she's in tears and bloody, bloody, bloody freaking blah. I want you to know I understand how much I hurt you. And how much I hurt Mr. Hackett. So she's saying she wants to know how much she wants people to understand how much they hurt, how much she hurt them. So she's talking to the people, right? She's like, I want you to understand how much I hurt. I know how much I hurt you. And then she turns to him and says, I know how much I hurt you as well. Child, right? She called him one of her best friends and so Hackett said, this is one of my best friends. I accept your apology. Oh, and she's like, what I said yesterday was wrong. I'm so sorry. You're not sorry. You're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught. You're sorry you did it on air. You've probably done it in a freaking text message before, and he laughed it off then. That when that kind of stuff happens, that means you've done it before and you're comfortable saying that and you're comfortable doing that. You're comfortable being that disrespectful. But because he did not check her, this is why this continues to happen. I promise you, I guarantee you, she's done the black jokes before. I can guarantee you that. He's embarrassing. Yep. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, he's embarrassing. I'm sure I can guarantee you that she's calling him all kinds of N-words behind his back. All kinds of N-words, monkeys, ignorant, all those things. And she might even have a 45 hat at home. And and it's so sad because my biggest problem with this situation is the fact that this, of course, isn't the first time. Hey, perfect example. Well, let's see how many companies have ticked us off, and they apologize. H&M, Gucci, Tommy Hilfiger still have never bought a Tommy Hilfiger nothing because he said because Tommy, remember y'all. I don't know if y'all remember that, but if y'all old enough to remember, Tommy Hilfiger said his stuff wasn't made for black people. If he would have known that black folks wearing his stuff, he never would have made it. Why wasn't she suspended? Because she apologized the next day, and because they're in freaking Oklahoma. And how many black folks are in Oklahoma for real? You know what I mean? Like, why wasn't she suspended? A lot of these places, you don't get suspended for that, right? Exactly. I haven't. It's like there are so many companies that have done us wrong, but we still go there. We still rock with them hard and don't care. Gucci made a whole sweater that was disrespectful, and he was still shopping with them. I'm confused. And then there's a conversation about this. There's the whole thing about fake outrage. There's no fake outrage. Anything that I've ever said, if I've ever talked about, racial issues or youth issues or housing issues, it's because I've actually worked in those departments before. I've worked as an advocate for those issues in real life, not just on social media. I haven't even done a whole bunch of stuff on social media because when I was doing all my work, it was before social media came out. By the time social media came out, I'd been in the game for so long. I'm good. Let the younger kids fight those fights. Occasionally, I'll go out to a rally here and there, but I've done the work. You can go right now over by Montrose and Broadway and see the work that I put in, because I was a part of the team that helps to get this amazing project called Wilson Yards put up that nobody wanted because there was going to be too many, because it was affordable housing for families. Now, mind you, affordable housing is not just like people that aren't working. These are teachers. These are firefighters. This was what housing was built for. Working families. The whole point of the housing was to have people pay 30% of their income and for their rent, as opposed to paying 60, which is what most people are paying now. Some people are paying 80% of their income, and they're supposed to be paying 30% of their income towards rent. And then so we had the housing, and then we have Aldi, and then we have a Target. So it gave jobs to the community. It gave the affordable housing, and there's parking. So I was confused on why we were even having the conversation on whether or not they wanted to have these buildings there, but obviously it was about discrimination. That's obvious. It's very, very obvious that it was about discrimination. I wasn't enough meetings to know it was about discrimination. I don't do fake outrage, right? If I'm outraged, right or not, I'm not informed. I don't speak on it. Right. If you don't know what's going on, don't say nothing. If you don't know what's going on, don't say nothing. And that's the problem. Too many people about here just flipping out about this and flipping out about that, and they have no clue because you saw an article here that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. But what is that going to do in the long run? What changes have you made? And that's what people don't understand. What changes have you made? What have what have you done that's going to further society? I could tell people to vote because I've worked elections before, and I've seen what happens when people don't vote. Well, hell, we've all seen what happens when people don't vote. 45 gets in office, and people say, well, voting doesn't matter. Well, go ahead, keep on thinking, man. Keep on having these fools up in here that don't give a damn about you. And keep on thinking elections are every 4 years instead of every 2 years, because that's what they want you to think. The most important elections are the elections that are in your city. Your local elections are so important because that's what goes to the White House and helps to make these laws that are screwing us over. With the designers in their high fat, hold on. Sorry, just said with the designers, their quote unquote high fashion isn't made for us, the common Joes. The They aim the fashion towards higher class society. So when they say do these things, it's how their clients think it. What the yep thinking one absolutely, absolutely. But there are high end African American designers that don't get any play because too many people are focused on those labels. We've gotten to the point where we're so focused on labels that we don't even worry about quality anymore either. That's a problem as well. We're sitting up there buying stuff from overseas as opposed to buying stuff that's here. Girl, like I said, we're sitting there, we're buying stuff from overseas all the time as opposed to supporting people that are here. Shout out to Deanna, by the way. I cannot wait till Deanna rocks her connector. She has a purple one. It's super cute. I'm so excited. So that's my first YouTuber that has YouTuber in this specific sector that has a connector. So I'm super, super excited. Because she's so fabulous. It was so much fun to hang out with you when you were in Chicago. I can't wait till Vegas because we're gonna tear the place up. Absolutely. Right. That's not always the Zarina, Miss Leo said, Zarina, that's not always the case. They often gift the people who could afford those fashions or give them discounts because they're walking advertisements and the common folks spend all their money. Very true. That is very true. So the and that's the issue too, is that we'll sit up there and spend, well, not me, but some people that can't afford it will spend like $2,000 for a purse, which I don't even understand. Why would you do that? Or $700 for shoes. I'm like, Lord have mercy, I cannot. It represents how they think and expose them to their art, which is aimed for European high class society. European has some racism toward people of color, which is kind of crazy considering the fact that their fashions actually came from Africa. But yeah, people forget that part though. A lot of the fashions that you see in Europe started in Africa, but people forget that part. But y'all want to be so racist, but you, we gave you the looks that you're rocking. I'm confused. We brought those looks to Italy, but people forget all about that situation. But y'all want to be so racist. Yeah, you didn't have these fashions before the Moors came over. Quit playing. No, no, no. You did not. And it's sad that we constantly have to have these conversations because so many companies just keep on doing crazy mess. Like what H&M? Oh Lord, what was it? It was, hey Blink, how are you? What was it? H&M had the monkey shirt. Please, people don't forget. They don't know it. They know and don't care. True. That's a problem. That's actually a big problem. As a lot of people don't know or just don't care because it's not their problem. But people don't realize that when you forget or when you don't, or when you just don't care, how does that help anything? Leo, hey mama. It's just like it's just crazy. When you quote unquote forget or you don't know or you don't care, how is that helping anyone? That's to talk about the monkey shirts. Just let's talk about the monkey shirts. So what that's frustrating too because again that comes with the fact that the mother allowed that. The mother of that child allowed that to happen. Yes, he got a dope modeling contract after that from Diddy, but the problem is it shouldn't have taken him being humiliated in order to get a modeling contract like that. Yeah, but that's the issue was that we have so many people out here that are so quick to just get the check they forget about what can happen beyond that. They forget about or they don't care what can happen down the line. You got your check, that's great. But how are your kids gonna be able to explain this later on? Your issue with us not letting them uh they have shown us who they have been since the beginning of time. Absolutely. I wish all of us wouldn't pride ourselves in our history and the current projects. So when it comes to is history is crazy because history, what is in the books, it was is what the winners wrote. People that came and conquered and killed. That's their words. That's not the words of the people that actually did the work. Absolutely not. You remember the child in the shirt, and his mother came out and doubled down on being okay with having him have the shirt on. Absolutely. As Leo said, I don't think the issue was that the shirt itself. I think it was the issue of putting the black child in that shirt because there are plenty of shirts geared toward children that don't have monkeys on it. Right. And that's the thing. But even beyond that, it was the fact that like the white child had the inspirational shirt and you put the black child in the monkey shirt. That's where they screwed up at. That's where that problem was. That's what the issue was, is this imagery. Um and the fact that we're so comfortable, so comfortable with having this negative imagery out about us as long as we quote unquote get the coin. Like you can't take it with you. I need people to understand. Like when people say that, that's not even a joke. You really can't take it with you. And so what are you leaving for your children? What are you leaving for your nieces and your nephews? What are you leaving for your godchildren? So she sold out. She completely sold out. Absolutely. She completely sold out. And I remember in South Africa, there was a store, they had to shut it down because they snapped out there. They was like they were not having it. But the issue that we have is that like we don't well the problem that we have is we don't have the same energy that they used to have when the civil rights movement first started. Right? So back then when the civil rights movement first started, people were walking to work for like a year, and we're not willing to do that right now. We're just not. I'm not in the conscious or woke sector. I So what's funny about being quote unquote woke, I've been talking like this and having these thoughts since I was a child, before there was a quote unquote conscious or woke situation ever. Oh, she about to do her unboxing when she gets her hair done. Oh, yes. I'm so excited. I know I'm happy with the way they came out. Like I know they're gonna frame your face and just have you just glowing. I already know. I already know. We integrated. Well, okay, so it's not. I'm not even gonna say all whites are demonic because that's not necessarily true. However, when we integrated, we lost a lot of ourselves. Absolutely, we definitely lost a lot of ourselves when we integrated, because we stopped supporting one another. That part is true. And I think my mom always used to say, she was like, integration, it seemed like a good thing, but in some cases it wasn't because we lost ourselves and we stopped supporting one another. Before we integrated, we actually used to all we could do was support ourselves. So we built up our wealth because we were supporting one another. We gave up a lot. We gave up a lot. And people, even when it comes to music, people are saying, "No, hip hop is for everyone." Yeah, but technically, it started by people that were rejected and couldn't get music on the radio, on the television. Now you hear hip hop and Macy's, and I'm just like, huh? Wait, what? I mean, like, I'm not, and I'm happy that we've gotten to that point. But at the same token, now hip hop has turned into has gone into this mainstream mumble rap where you can't even understand what's going on, when hip hop originally had a message, and the message was about bringing us together, showing love, you know, speaking out against what the police were doing. But we're not there. And don't get me wrong, there are some artists that are still doing it. The majority of them are independent. There are some mainstream artists that are bringing light to the situation. People allow too many passes. Yes, and listen, as you first started off, people allow too many passes to these people, no consequences for their behavior, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. There's too many. It's too many times that we've gotten to the point where we're just like, oh, okay, they didn't mean it. They didn't mean it. But people are conscious of what they say. Like it's perfect example. How many videos have we seen of people that have came out, said something crazy, and then they retracted it after they've gotten dragged on social media forever. Like it took that kind of a situation for them to come back and be like, "Oh, I made a mistake," or somebody will retweet something and say, "Oh wait, my account was hacked," only because they got caught retweeting it, or they'll like a post and forget that people are watching what you like, people are watching what you retweet, they're watching what you repost. So this is something for everyone. If you are going to repost something, think about what you're reposting, think about what you're retweeting, think about what you are liking on social media. Because if you are the higher up you get into, yep, because the higher up you get when it comes to social media, the more people are watching what you do, and they are looking for an opportunity to screenshot and use that against you later. Trust and believe. Exactly, because it becomes a cosign. When you retweet something, when you repost, you are saying that you accept that and you like that. And let's be very clear: there are steps that you have to take in order to repost something. So you have to consciously think about this. You have an option to either repost with a comment or repost by itself. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna like this. No, you have to sit up there, go up there, look at your timeline and see that it's been reposted. So you have to think about this. So when people talk about, I didn't mean to repost that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You didn't mean to get caught reposting that. That's the difference. That is the difference. You didn't mean to get caught reposting that, but you meant to repost that. You meant, especially on Instagram. Don't ever let anyone tell you that they didn't mean to repost something, because there are too many steps you have to take. You literally, and if you're reposting, especially if you're using a repost app, you literally have to go to that app. You have to copy the link, go to that app, copy that whole. There's a copy. What's in there? The text is called the copy. You have to take the whole copy, take that and paste that onto your page, and then hit your hey G, what's good, and then you have to hit whether you want to do it on Facebook and Twitter or just on Instagram. So don't ever let anyone tell you that they didn't mean to repost something. There's too much freaking work that you have to do in order to repost something for it to be an accident. It is a lie. It is an absolute and total lie. But people don't realize these things, and that's the problem. To sit up there and he will claim, well, I was a kid when I posted that. You can go back and look at any post that I've ever made on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. I don't apologize for anything that I posted because I knew exactly what I was doing. You have to think before you post. And here's the biggest thing, like, when it comes to this issue with the television station, you have a script. You have cue cards. I'm confused. Nobody on that in that station thought to like stop the camera and be like, "Oh, maybe there's something wrong here." There is a script, there is cue cards, there's a teleprompter, all of this. There's a teleprompter that's going. So now my question comes: did you go off script? Or was that written and you thought it was cute and it didn't work? Because from what I know from being in broadcasting, what I know is that there's usually a teleprompter that says this is what you're supposed to say. You get that script in advance, so you can study it, so it can sound like you know it by heart. So my question for the station is: did she had that stupid little joke and you guys thought it was cute, and then when you found out it wasn't cute, and he was gonna drag the whole station and leave comments on your Instagram and your Twitter and your Facebook, that now you want to apologize? Oh, it's possible. I hope she went off script, because I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to get some, a lot of companies will do this whole mess to get attention because I'm sure that video went viral. Did nobody know who that station was? I'm sure I'm sure that video went viral. I'm sure that they got their clicks and their views off it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was in their teleprompter and they thought it was cute and then they're like, oh wait, no, they don't like that. The black folks don't like being called monkeys. Oh crap. Okay, let's go ahead and put the little blonde girl and have her apologize and act like she really cares. But like I said, his responsibility to me for him to be like, oh yeah, I guess that I do. I guess I do look like a monkey. You're not helping the situation, dude. You're not helping the situation at all. If they were concerned with their station, she would have been formally reprimanded. Right? Absolutely. At least a damn day. At the very least, she should have gotten like a week off. Like, okay, I'm gonna need you to go home for the rest of the week and think about what you did, and know you're not getting a check. Like something, some kind of something. But just come back on and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. We're friends and stuff. I'm not racist. I swear. No, but everybody just welcomes her back with open arms. This is what we have to stop doing. We have to stop. We have to stop allowing people to sit up here and be disrespectful and be rude and say crazy things and just being like, oh well, it was a mistake. No, it wasn't. You thought about that before it came out your mouth. You thought it was gonna be funny. You thought you were gonna get a kiki out of it. And you found out that Black Twitter was going to drag you. And now you can't open your mentions without having disrespectful things said to you, and you're trying to figure out how do you hide. And that's why you came back on and was like, oopsies, I made a mistake, you guys. Don't be mad. No more death threats. I'm sure she got a couple of those. And that's a co-sign as well. Right, it's a co-sign as well with her back on air. But like I said, he co-signed the situation when it happened. And she's like, I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I hurt you all. I didn't know. You didn't know the calling a human being a monkey was going to be disrespectful. Really, though? I mean, like, there was a whole thought process in the bullshit that you just said. A whole thought process in the bullshit that you just said. Lady, what is she trying to pull? What do you mean? You didn't know what was going on. That's like 45 when he's talking when he tried to say that mess about when he's talking about grabbing a woman by the crotch and how he does that, and how he did it to a woman when she knew that she had a husband and didn't care or whatever. He's like, yeah, they can be married or whatever. I'll just grab him by the crotch and yada yada yada. And how we tried to come back and say that was locker room talk. Locker room talk? Or you didn't know that mic was on? I think it's more that you didn't know that mic was on. But that's the problem. He forgave him and was like, hey, let's give him the White House. And now we're in this mess. And fighting with China, Mexico, Canada, everywhere. She didn't call him an ape. She said that he looks like him. True. Yeah. No. All right. It's actually she compared him to an ape. Right. Still bad joke. Right. You're right. She didn't directly call him an ape. Very true. But no, it's rapist talk. Absolutely. Yeah. No. You're right. She didn't call him an ape. She compared him to an ape. Which is you. And it's like, but it's just like the fact that my biggest thing is like, why would you even think? Why would you even think that was okay? You know what I mean? That's the problem. Or she compared the ape. Okay, for this, she compared the ape to him because she said it doesn't. Because her words were, doesn't it look like you? Because like the ape was like looking at the camera or whatever. And he's like, oh, it kind of looks like you. Or right, she compared the ape to him. Gotcha. Right. But it's just like, yeah, she didn't think that through. She definitely didn't think that through. There was no way she could she could have thought that mess through. It sucks. It sucks regardless. But it's just the fact of like this, like I said, this isn't the first time that these kind of situations have happened. Where is the link? Hold on, let me see. I think hold on, wait. Let me see if I can find the link because there's a couple different versions of it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the link real quick. Really? There's a couple different links. Actually, I think the actual the straight video so you can there's a video of the apology. I don't know. I'm looking for the actual video. But let me see about this. So this is one of them. Let me see. This is one of them. Hold on. Oh yeah. Hold on. Of the full segment. Let me see if I can find the full. I think you posted the link. You posted had the full segment in it. Actually, let me check real quick. But it's just crazy that people think that kind of behavior is okay. But like I said, it was a co-sign by him, and that's the problem because he co-signed the daggone thing. Really? Oh, hold on. Hold on. There we go. Because when he co-signed it, that's when the issue came in. This might just be the apology video, but let me see if this is the actual video. And I can't wait till I learn how to actually put. So I have the so I get OBS together, and I can actually like start playing videos as I'm doing this. But that's coming. So give me a minute. That's definitely gonna come. I think all these things just have the apology video, but not the original shot. Oh wait, no, that's the original video. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, so let me post this in the chat real quick. Really, there we go. That's what. Yep, that's what I just found the BET link. Shout out to Dree. Shout out to Dree. That's why we love Dree. She found the original video link. That's come through. If y'all haven't followed Dree, make sure y'all follow distinctly Dree. She's amazing. We love her, love her, love her. You know, and it's just it's this constant problem that we have of just letting things go and then go back to normal. And that's the issue. Like I said, I'm still irritated by all these companies that will do things that are racist and be like, I didn't mean to be racist. Wait, what? I didn't know I was being racist at the time. But your product looks like mammies or monkeys or Sambo. Like I'm confused on how you didn't understand that having a product that looks like a Sambo was racist. Now I get it. Like I mean, if you're in a place like Louisiana, New Orleans specifically, it's everywhere down there, especially on the French Quarter. Like their gift shops are full of Sambo and racist products. The issue is that people have become so desensitized that they don't think. That is what it is. People have become so desensitized that they don't even think about it anymore. It doesn't even matter anymore. Like I was talking before you came in, you were talking about the situations that are the whole thing of this video was talking about the fact that every apology gonna just isn't gonna be accepted or shouldn't be accepted. You know, like we were talking about the fact of like a lot of these cops that'll shoot these unarmed kids, and then their excuse was, oh, they were, it was dark, or the kid was too big, or the person said, said the wrong thing. They spoke to me in a different manner as an excuse for murdering them. Or even better, when the cops bust into the wrong house and shoot innocent people because they the wrong app because they literally hit the wrong door, hit the wrong address. She said she laughed right at right. Darina said she just watched it. She said she laughed right after, and he was like, what? But he laughed right along with it. That's the problem. Like I said, he didn't check her either, though. He didn't check her either. He was like, "Oh yeah, okay." And it could have been, the the kiki for the television, but I'm sorry, we would have had some problems. I would have been like, no, 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 nope, nope, nope. Let's hold on. I would have been like, pause, go to a commercial break now. I don't care if it's not scheduled. Y'all better go because if you don't go to commercial break now, everything that I'm about to say, you're gonna have to bleep. So you might want to go to commercial break, and we can talk about this off air. You got the professional. We don't know what happened later. Very true. Very true. Very very true. I hope he snapped later because even on air, I could. Oh, I mean, I think for me, I guess I guess for me, I would have. I definitely can say that I would have paused. But I swear I would have been like, nope, turn the camera off. Wait, nope, 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 nope. I couldn't. I just know how I am. I would have been like, turn the camera off, because I don't want y'all to get the fines that are about to happen. Like I know what's gonna happen. I just don't want you to get the fines, and I understand what you're saying that he kept it professional. In that moment, I would have been like, no, geez, nope, 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 this is not gonna work. Everything that I thought that I would have, anything that I had thought about saying would have came out. Get professional, but that was an opportunity missed. Yeah, he should have just been like, he should have just. You can politely correct her. You can politely correct her, and just been like, maybe that wasn't the best choice of words. I mean, even if he just said basically, just been like, well, maybe that wasn't the best choice of words. That would have at least been something to start with. Wait, hold on. She said, Zarina said, "Oh, there's a case here in Houston where there was a drug warrant issued on the wrong house. Yep, and the cops killed the couple who lived there, and it looks like false evidence was given to issue the warrant." Oh, child, that happens in Chicago quite frequently, actually, quite frequently. There was an issue where they meant to be downstairs, but they went upstairs, shot the lady upstairs, then shot the dude downstairs. Yeah. That, and I think it was like Christmas Eve or Christmas night. Yeah, that happens quite often. He may know that he could not correct her professional. Wait, and it would have been best to address her off air. And he was really in shock. Yeah, he definitely could have been in shock for sure. Um, Something definitely tells me that I don't. But something tells me that's not the first time she said something to that effect before, and he's let it go before. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have been. She seems like she might have been one of those types to kind of text something crazy, with an LOL behind it, and he just kind of laughs it off, kind of a deal. That's what it seems like to me. The fact that she would even think that kind of a joke was appropriate, especially on air. Because I'm questioning the actual station now because I know they had that teleprompter and how strict they are with that teleprompter. Because I know when we were doing our show that we were strict about the teleprompter. You were not going off script ever. That was not even a question. You were not going to go off script because we need to make sure that our show was tight. So there was no room for error. And listen, it could be a more relaxed environment where they're able to go off script, but I would not be surprised if that station pulled that just to get attention. I would not be surprised at all. I know, right? She is awesome with the devil's advocate and unpopular opinions. Yes, yes, yes. If y'all haven't already done so, make sure that everybody that's in this chat is super dope. So make sure y'all follow one another because they're doing and hug each other, all that stuff because they're doing some pretty dope stuff. Everybody in this chat, Zarina needs to start broadcasting though. I'm just saying, hashtag I'm just saying because Zarina's awesome and we love her. Yes. The station plays a part. The station plays a part. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you go down the line. There was another incident of something like this before. A lot, but we have to remember we are only, what did they say, 55 years from quote unquote segregation ending, right? 55 years. I think that was the what they're trying to tell us. The segregation ended 55 years ago, quote unquote. So okay, let's start with slavery never ended. Let's start there. Let's start with that. So when slavery quote unquote ended, it then moved to whatever, then it moved into the black codes. So when it came to the black codes, that's basically black folks went to jail for damn near breathing at that point. Oh yes, come through, Zarina. Okay, make sure y'all go, y'all hug Zarina because she is going to be becoming a content creator doing true crime. Woo! I cannot wait for that. I'm gonna get my popcorn. Yes, 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 yes. Because she is definitely gonna be giving you all the tea for sure. But yeah, so after slavery ended, the black codes started. Like I said, with the black codes, you was arrested for everything. And because of that, yep, we still, yeah, we still have to request to vote actually. And I'm still confused enough. As much as I love President Obama, I'm still confused on how we had a black president, but we still didn't fix that issue where we had to ask permission to vote every 20 years. Still confused by that one. I don't understand how that law wasn't shut down. But that's a whole nother conversation. Ugh, that annoys me the most. I'm just like, really? Why do we have to have this? Why are we not? Why is it not our right still? Why do we still have to ask permission? How did that happen? How did that go over your head? Right? Oh my god, I'm so excited for Zarina. So excited because that's gonna be a dope, 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 super dope channel. But yeah, what's up with the black codes? You all of the so when it talks about the freedoms or whatever that we have, all of those get taken away when you go to prison, and then we got locked up for what, for like I said, damn near breathing after slavery quote unquote ended. So, and then what happened is then you got to be put in prison, and then you're slaves all over again, and which is what we're dealing with today. What people don't realize is the amount of money it costs to keep someone locked up. It costs $100,000 plus to keep someone in prison. So I'm confused on why we have all these people that have non-violent crimes that are in prison right now. She said, Dree said, I just watched a former documentary that was about going on with redistricting and the laws being imposed to stop minorities from voting. Yep. Did you know in some areas minorities cancel each other out? Yes. Yes. Redistricting is really, really crazy. It's called, so the official term is called gerrymandering, right? That's what, when people talk about gerrymandering, that's what they're talking about. It's basically redistricting. And so what politicians will do is they legit, like, this is how it works. So legit, what a politician will do is they will look and see who voted for them, and they will move the lines around to fit the district of whoever voted for them. So if you didn't vote for them, you can get kicked out of your district strictly because you did not vote for that politician. They will change the voting district so you can't vote in that district anymore. So your whole situation gets changed because you didn't vote for somebody. They do this in Illinois a lot. And like if you look at our districts, they look like, we're like, how in the hell did you, like, who drew this? It looks like a child drew it. When you look at our districts, it looks like a child drew them. It's insanity. Yes. So if a politician loses, they will literally look at what areas of the especially with aldermen. If an alderman loses, they will look at what parts of the ward that they lost, and they will literally kick them out of their ward. They will draw the line so that whoever did not vote for them is no longer in their ward, so they can continue to win. This happens a lot. Yes, gerrymandering is one of the four types of redistricting, and it's more about changing the district to benefit the candidates by race. Absolutely, yes, and it's sad. It's so sad that this. That's why people. That's why I tell people like it's why this is important to vote because you when you don't vote in local elections, you're just giving away the presidency. You're just giving away the country because you you don't have people that are in office that are going to fight for you when you don't vote, when you don't know, when you have, especially when you have no idea who's even running. The judges in your state, in your city, in your county affect so many of these laws. People are wondering, what's going to happen with Illinois when it comes to the new marijuana laws. We don't know. What we're hoping, because supposedly 700,000 people that have low level drug convictions are supposed to be getting their convictions dropped. That's what they're claiming. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll actually do that. That'd be phenomenal if they do that. I've been working in politics long enough to know that I've sat there and had conversations with politicians for them to go back and change their mind the next week. So I'm hoping they continue that goes through because that would be amazing, and that would save us so much money. Because like I said, it costs $100,000 to house someone in prison. So I don't understand why people that have low level drug convictions are there if it's a non-violent crime. It makes no sense. But their reasoning is that if you have a drug conviction, then you have had murder or whatever behind it. But that's not always the case. And with the amount of cops that have put drugs on people and set them up to get their numbers, because yes, there is a thing where you need to have a quota for your arrests. They just admitted this, I want to say maybe 2 years ago. They just actually publicly admitted this, but we knew this a long time ago. You look at like the beginning of the month and the end of the month, you see the difference in arrests, especially here in Chicago. I'm not sure how it works around the country, but here for sure. But again, this is why voting is important. Voting is important because you can change the landscape of what goes on in Washington. But if you don't do anything, it's going to be the same old, same old. Period. Point blank. It's going to be the same old, same old. If you choose to do nothing, nothing will ever change. And that's what people don't realize. When you choose to do nothing, nothing changes. There's nothing that and there's and it's hard to understand if you've never been involved and if you have not seen an election where somebody just won by 300 votes and you can actually see and the fear in their eyes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you can find that out, I definitely want to check that out for sure. I definitely want to check that out because I think a lot of people don't realize that that's why people are getting um why why the votes get twisted so much is because of gerrymandering and because of redistricting. I mean, we didn't even get into redlining and how that got African Americans so segregated. That's why they're changing the requirements to vote in many states. Yep. They're changing and that's what people don't realize. If voting didn't matter, they wouldn't be changing. If voting didn't matter, they wouldn't be making it so hard for people to do so. If voting wasn't effective, they wouldn't be putting so many rules and regulations on people so that they can vote. They're changing the voting requirements in so many states because they saw the power that people have. When we got our first black president, people got scared. People got scared. Um, Texas actually was talking about, leaving the union because Barack got in. It was insane the amount of hate that I saw when Barack Obama was in office. Talk about, oh, there's so much hate that 45 is in office now. I was like, but the amount of hate that was towards him specifically and towards African American people, like it was horrible. What they're doing with 45 is nothing compared to the hate that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama got, and still do to this day, and so do their children, mind you. There's there's no comparison in the amount of hate that they're getting, right? That they got for 8 years. There was nobody putting monkeys up. There was nobody yelling at the president. Like they talk about 45 and what he's going through, but he's not having people yell at him in meetings, telling him he's like screaming out "you lie" and all those kinds of things. He's not having people burning crosses and having and hanging sculptures of his of representations of his body on gas station poles. It's called Rigged. Yep, the voter suppression playbook. Oh, okay, cool. Amazon Prime. Oh, I just got Amazon Prime too. Dope. I'm gonna check it out. I just got Amazon. I got legit just got Amazon Prime like a week ago, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. I haven't even played with Amazon Prime yet. I got it so I can get my hair on time. Ah, shout out to my stylist, Nisi. Yes. And shout out to Amazon. But however, I had to go grab some other hair because the second pack that I grabbed, uh, I guess I missed it. It was coming later. It's fine though. Sorry. I'll have it for the next time. It's all good. It's all good. I'm definitely checking it out on Amazon Prime. Yes. You watch all the documentaries. Yeah, you're really good with that, man. I watch some documentaries, and there's some that I can't because I know it's. I know how I am, and I get really invested, um, and I'll get way too invested in it, and it'll start to physically affect me. So I don't, but that's what I can do. I think a lot of people don't realize you have to pay attention to what you watch. You really, really do, because it can really it can affect you outside of just watching it. It can affect you personally. You have to be able to, yes, yes. Oh, good. Can't wait to check it out. But you have to watch your energy. Like I know you guys have heard this 1,000 times, but it's true. You have to pay attention to what you're watching. You don't want to consume everything. You can't consume negative things all the time because it really does affect your energy off social media. You can't watch everybody. You can't watch everything. You just have to be very, very careful with what you consume because it can consume you if you watch the wrong thing. I think a lot of people don't realize that. You can get addicted to social media where you can't live without it, which is insane. I I put my phone down more times than people are like, "You're always on your phone." I was like, "No, it's actually off a lot more than you think, or it's out of my hand, or it's not like I have to have it 24/7." But some people do. They can't put their phones down because they're so consumed. They're stuck on Facebook. They're stuck on Instagram. They're stuck on Twitter. They're so stuck on social media that they can't live their real life. Like there's people that'd rather watch something on social media than actually go to a show. Or there'll be a I remember we were at an event and Jermaine Dupri, Jermaine Dupri was DJing, and he was like, "That's cute that you want to stream me and everything. Put your phones down and enjoy the event." What do we put our phones up? Because Jermaine Dupri was like, "Yo, put your phone down and dance." Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's what people do. They don't. They think of, I need to capture this instead of thinking of, I need to enjoy this moment. I need to live in this moment right now. Yeah, of course you want to get a couple pictures and a couple video and a little video or whatever. But remember, in the theater, you can't even do that. You don't even have the option. And that's when you really want to get. You're like, oh, I could have got this boomerang. I could have got this, but that's not the rules. And the rules, you cannot take. They give you. The cool thing is, like, I know I went to a play, and like, and before the actors came out, you had ample time to take your selfies, all do stuff with the the some of the cast or whatever. They didn't beforehand, but once that show started, it's all about the show. They want no distractions, but that's how it should be. DJ Clue, oh cool, the same thing, yeah, because it's like because the whole thing is the fact that, like, enjoy the experience. Everybody can't be here. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. When you are out and you are at an event, it is a privilege that you are there. Let the let the person that's on stage and that has busted their ass to get their choreography right or make sure their sets were on point. Let them have your attention. Let them feel that energy that you have because you're there. And those who aren't, that's them. They can watch the clip later, but they don't have to see everything live because they chose not to come. You spent your money and you came to this event. They didn't do something, no, you don't get to see it. Sorry. If the company's not streaming it, then if the company's not streaming it, then you really shouldn't be either because that means that somebody went out their way to make sure that this is going out on video and they get professional photographs, all that kind of stuff. Let them know their hard work pays off and you appreciate it. Absolutely. Because it's hard to be on stage. You have no idea how, like, you can, like, a 15-minute performance probably takes about 2 to 3 months to perfect. And I'm being generous here. About a 15-minute performance takes about 2 to 3 months to perfect. And when it comes to movies, Lord have mercy. Hold on. So I did a movie called Call Center. We shot for, I want to say, we shot for like a week, but it actually I'm trying to think. I want to say it maybe took like a year and a half to get to finish everything and make sure everything was perfect and ready to be screened. And the movie is probably about 90 minutes long. So 90 minutes took about a year and a half to get together. And this is common because you gotta have you have to have the first edits and the second edits and the color correction, and then you make sure the graphics are right, and you're making sure the timing's right, making sure the audio matches the vocals. And content creators, your audio should match your vocals before you post it online. Just saying. Um, a lot of people forget that part. They forget that issue. They're like, something's like the syncing's just off. It's just like, really a lot of time. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of work being a content creator. I was like, shout out to StreamYard because StreamYard is easier to use than freaking Hangouts was. I was like, oh yay, this is great. So I definitely I'm gonna yeah, it takes a lot of time. A lot of time. It doesn't take as much time to do live streaming, but when you're doing edited content, that takes a lot of work. A lot of work. Please think correct. I went to a movie premiere, and I love my friend. I swear I do. I swear I do. But her audio was so off, and I was sitting here like, so you didn't, so before you premiered this, you didn't know that the audio was this bad? You didn't think to maybe go back and try it again and then and push the premiere back, however, comma. Uh-oh, what happened? Yes. It's like you people don't realize, and I get it that that a lot of people are just starting out, but there are so many programs now that sync the audio for you. It's not like back in the day where you have to figure it out. The majority of the audio programs will sync it for you to make your life easier. But a lot of people don't think about that. People don't realize the energy that it takes to even to come on camera, period, and how that's hard for a lot of people. And so it's like I respect content creators that are able to come on camera, that are comfortable, that are able to keep his attention, that understand that it's about our subscribers. It's not about us. It's about us telling you what's going on and getting your live reactions. That's why, that's what people forget, I think, a lot of times. They focus so much on themselves, but it's not about us. Yesenia News complained about editing the video on her phone. I told her to Google with a micro. Wait, get a Google what? Oh, Google microphone. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, editing. You see, a 10-year-old needs complained about editing the video on their phone. My goodness. See, these kids are getting to editing quick, which is great. Because I first learned about editing when I was 9, because did a we did a video at the University of Chicago, and so my mom wanted to be there through the entire editing process. So I went there, I think, 2 nights to check it out. It took forever. Oh my goodness, it took forever. And that was just like basic, like very, very basic, like adding some stars, a couple faves and whatnot. It's nowhere near the graphics that we have now. But even back then, I was like, that's really cool. So it's kind of funny that I'm editing videos now for production. Oh, speaking of September, I'll make sure to post a video about this too. September 4th. Stay tuned, because on the Now Network, where TD Jakes and Joel Osteen and all those other huge, huge um, televangelists are on, I'm actually gonna have one of the videos that I worked on is gonna be premiering on that station. So make sure you guys stay tuned into that. Because I actually did the intro and the outro for it. So I'm super, super excited about that. I've seen it and it looks really good, and I'm really proud of myself because I animated the logo and everything. So I'm really, really excited about that. Shout out to Quincy Alexander for that opportunity. Um, and but even that took a minute because people don't understand, child. When you're doing production work, especially for clients, whew, the patience you have to have. The patience you have to have, because the biggest thing is that you're making sure that your clients are happy, and some people are incredibly anal. So you have to be prepared for that. So when it comes to, it's micro fitchy. Oh, okay. So it's micro fitchy. So what we use at the library to look up old newspaper articles on the clear pages was trying to get her to see what we had to go through. Hilarious. We had, man, yeah. Yeah, right, right. It's like, oh yeah, you're editing, yeah, just editing on your phone. Like, yeah, people have no idea what we had to go through. No, but what these kids don't understand though is like this whole live streaming situation is so new. Like, to have it this clear, to have the audio sync up with the visual, because y'all know back in the day it was struggle bus, especially on YouTube when they first started. Like, I don't think I understand, because I used to be on Periscope a lot, and so one of the scopers actually did a test when YouTube Live first launched. When I say it was so slow, it was so slow, so frustrating. It was lagging the entire time. They have had YouTubers had to work to get their live streaming to work properly because it was bad when it first started. Same thing with Facebook because everybody wanted to do Periscope. Dial up. I was just about to say that. Oh my God, dial up. Right. Lord have mercy. Dial up. You had to wait. You and remember you couldn't be on the phone. If somebody was on the phone, you was not getting online. Like if somebody was on the phone, you were not gonna get online. That's just how it works. You had to wait till unless you had a second line. So you either had to wait till somebody got off the phone, or you had to have two lines in order to be online. And then you had that dial up situation, and child, you sitting up there and waiting, and don't let somebody call. Ooh, then you hope then you're sitting there on Messenger talking to some random people, talking to multiple random people at one time. Just getting hella frustrated because nothing's going through. Man, people don't understand. These young kids do not understand what we have gone through when it comes to social media. Period. When it came like MySpace days, we used to say, we, we used to stay in those chat rooms. Hey, grandbaby 71 ATL, how are you? You had your own phone line. Also, you used to use your mom's line for the computer. Yes. We used to be in those chat rooms, multiple chat rooms. Had to remember, gotta remember what person you're talking to because you're like, I mean, like 5 different people I want. Child, people don't understand. Or you be in one group chat and then you be like in one group chat and then you go into the private chats and all that. These kids don't understand. These kids don't understand how much work it took to have a basic conversation. Now you can sit up here, push a button, and be like, "Hey, I'm live." That was not the case back in the day at all. No, 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 that was not the case back in the day. It's hilarious that a lot of these young kids don't get that because they weren't that wasn't what their world was, and that's not what their world is now. But that's probably the reason you be online playing spades with your boyfriend and he'd be cheating because he'd be on the phone too. Right? Yes. Exactly right, because you're sitting there, right? You're playing spades and you're talking on the phone. So like people don't know that because people can't see that like there's no camera. As I see Harley cute, hey Harley cute, hey Queen, how are you? So like you're sitting there and you're talking on the phone, and the people can't see this part because all they see is your chat names. Hilarious. Taking a break from packing, I understand. Trust me, moving is no pain in the butt. I understand. Trust me, I've done that a few times, and Lord, I'm paying somebody to pack the next time. I cannot. That was the last move I did was 10 almost 11 years ago, and that was a headache and a half. I'm paying somebody to pack the next time. I'm not doing it by myself. No, 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 no. I will not. I will not be going through that stress by myself no more. I will just pay somebody to do it. I cannot. But my patience is set up, baby. But it's just crazy. It's just insane that we have come to a point where we're able to communicate so much better, but we don't. And that's what people don't realize is that we've gotten to a point where we have so much, especially in Atlanta. Yeah, I've been down to Atlanta a couple of times. Yes, the weather, hot Atlanta. Whoo, baby, y'all have temperature. Y'all hot all year long, all year long. Y'all got 70s and 80s down there. But yeah, because a lot of these kids don't realize how blessed they are when it comes to communication. And even when it comes, and I've said this on multiple occasions, like back in the day, people didn't listen to children at all. Like it was literally this whole um you're seen but not heard situation. Now people are actually listening to the children and you guys actually have a voice. We didn't have that back in the day at all. And they feel lipping out when they get an inch of snow. Hi, please. Atlanta shuts down when they get an inch of snow. Like the whole city is just like, nope. I'm like, but y'all have had inches of snow before, so why at this point are we freaking out that we had an inch of snow? I'm confused by the situation. really? It's just like, what? Are you kidding me? Baby, that. Oh, they do that in Dallas too? Child. I mean, but it's like at this point, you've had situations where you've had snow. So it's like, why isn't there a team that's prepared to handle it? Because it's not like it's the first time it's ever happened. It's happened a couple of times. Yeah, it snowed in Dallas a couple of times. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Global warming. People want to say global warming doesn't exist. I'm like, y'all ain't paying attention at all if you think global warming doesn't exist. Because, honey, there have been so many instances that can prove that is very, very wrong. Oh, people don't pay attention to that part. They do not pay attention to that part at all. It's insane. It's insane that we had that no preparation at all. I'm like, but you should have that at this point. You should know that you need salt and at least one plow crew. Like salt is you can get sand and use that. Like there's so many options you can use to melt snow. You should never shut down the whole freaking city. It makes no sense. And I get it that doesn't happen all the time, but at least have it on deck, like emergency situation. Hey, this is who we call for salt. Hey, this is who we call for sand, so we can make sure that we get this done. You can use freaking kitty litter to get the damn thing up. Like it doesn't make sense why y'all shutting down the whole city for this. Like it's craziness. Oh yeah, so it depends on the amount of snow whether they use salt or not. Yeah, because a lot of something else snow and it'll just go away quickly. It just depends on the amount. If it's a ton of snow, of course you gotta use salt. But if it's just like a dusting, there's no reason to even bring out the salt trucks and all of that. But like I was saying, like I think um when it comes to a lot of these kids, they don't understand how powerful their voices are and how we didn't have those options and how we were just told to sit there, be quiet, don't say nothing. You don't know anything because you're a child, blah blah blah. That's not the case anymore. Y'all have phones. Y'all have the ability to create videos. You have the ability to tell your own stories. We have to get to the point where we're telling our own stories and we're understanding the power that we have. And there are some kids that absolutely are doing it. But then there are some kids that are making things go viral because it's negative and they want to show their friends because, oh, look at this craziness. You see, she said, was stuck in the NC for 12 hours. What? Whoa, that's insane. She said she was stuck in the NC for 12 hours and we usually get black ice. People don't know how to drive on it. Jeez Louise. Yeah, black ice is dangerous because you literally cannot see it. So for those who have never experienced black ice, basically what it is, black ice is a very thin layer of ice on top, and typically comes on like highways because it's on top of not concrete, like asphalt, right? So you have the black asphalt on the highways, and it's a very very thin layer of ice that you cannot see. So it's dangerous because you literally cannot see it. It looks like a regular road, but yeah, it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. But it's not because it's super slick. And it's very, very hard for the cars to stop. So you have to go super duper slow in order to get past it. So what happens is that a lot of cars again can't see it, so they forget that it's there and they drive regularly. You cannot drive regularly on black ice. That's why when storms first start, depending, especially like if it's so like, and black ice usually forms when it's like super duper cold and it's snowing. So what they tell us here is that if you do not have to be out on the roads, don't go because they're trying to control the black ice before it gets to a point where we have severe situation. Because when black ice is on the road, you're not gonna get a cop to come out because all they're gonna tell you to do is take the information of the person that hit you because so many accidents occur. because again, you can't see it. So it's no fault of anyone. That you legit can't not see. You didn't even know it was there, and you were driving normally because you didn't even think about it because it just looks. It looks you know that it's there because it looks shiny, but you really can't see it because it just looks wet. That's what it is. It just looks wet. And so when it just looks wet, people are like, "Oh, well, I'm good. It's not going to be too crazy." Nah, it can kill you if you're driving it too fast. Bridges and overpasses. Yep, bridges and overpasses are the is where black ice typically forms. Um, and that those are the most dangerous places because they have the most traffic. And so, like like Grandbaby 71 was saying that like she uh was stuck for 12 hours, and I can see that. I can see that because if they don't have any kind of salt trucks, nothing like that, and they got a whole bunch of black ice, they're nervous. You try to call 911, they locked your phone. What? Wait, you said you tried to call someone. You said you tried calling 911 for help, and they locked your phone. What the hell? See, that's the mess. But then, oh, y'all don't give me into conspiracy theories because one thing that I think a lot the people that weren't around during 9/11, they don't understand um the significance of what happened. So when 9/11 happened, I was a senior in high school and I was in class and we heard about it and we were like and some because a classmate had came in and they were like, yeah, somebody just hit the Twin Towers with the plane, and we're just like, whatever, that's funny, that's cute, haha, whatever. Stop playing. And they're like, no, for real, you gotta see this. So we get up and we see the second plane hit. Now you know how we get this annoying thing on Tuesday. We talk about the weather or this or that or this emergent. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. I don't know about Illinois. I don't know about anywhere else, but in Illinois, the emergency broadcast system didn't go off once that day. On the day of 9/11, the emergency broadcast system did not go off once that day in Illinois. I don't know what they did in other states, but here it didn't go off one time. And that was a huge emergency because the rumor was, or not even the rumor, one of those planes was heading for Chicago. Supposedly aiming for the Sears Tower because we don't have a Willis Tower, we have a Sears Tower. It didn't go off in Texas either. Exactly. So the one thing that we hear every freaking week that all of a sudden works every freaking week, the one time that we needed it to go off, it did not. What does that tell you? They're not gonna tell you when an emergency happens. We'll be lucky if our phones work, to be honest. Keep your landlines for real. Like people don't understand. Keep your landlines, keep a landline working. Because when they want to shut all this down, they will. Have a landline. Have an old school phone. I don't know who's seen Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard, but that was probably the scariest. I remember you were. Serena says, I remember I was in class and my teachers were talking about why it hadn't gone off. Sure, and Drew said sure didn't. I was woken up by my dad by my daughter's father's cousin. Landlines in New York were not working. Wait, what? You couldn't even get your father on the phone. Wait a minute, you were in New York when oh, you were still in New York when that oh my god. It didn't even go off in New York? See, that's the crazy part. Like, it happened in New York, but it didn't. Like, the emergency broadcast system didn't go off in New York. See, that's to tell you something. Mm-mm. Yeah, the phone. Yeah, that's what they're saying. The phones weren't working. In the right in New York, they weren't working in New York. They weren't working. In certain part, like wherever it happened, like in DC, I think they were having issues because when they hit the Pentagon and all that, like people don't realize. Oh, okay, guys. Okay, you were there, so you were in Texas. All right. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how long because I can't remember how long you've been in Texas, right? So you were here trying to call your dad in New York. Got you. But couldn't get anyone on a landline. Hey, only one Joey by Ray Allen. How are you? Yeah. But like I said, it's just crazy. It is absolutely insane. I was like, really, the one time that we needed to have the emergency broadcast system working and it did not? Oh, well, that's interesting. That's convenient. But again, it shows us that like when something really happens, how are we gonna know for real? Like you have to be in one of those secret groups or and be in because of conspiracies, and to even know what's going on. And that's sad because it should be a general thing of like, hey, we have issues. Hey, the aliens have landed and they're pissed this time. Hi. Because they're not gonna tell they're not gonna tell you that the aliens have already been here and all that kind of mess. They're not gonna tell you that part. There's evidence everywhere to prove this. But beyond Roswell, like that, there's no question. Like even multiple countries have said the same thing. Like that's not there's no question about that. It's just a question of when they're gonna reveal themselves and be like, "Hi, we're here, and we're gonna take and we're taking over." That's pretty much what it is. That's the only thing we're waiting for. But they're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna be sitting there like, "Oh crap, what happened?" But again, this was proven. 9/11. That was their test to see how people would react. Sorry, you said, "Oh shit, we're going to the extraterrestrial subject." Yes. Oh yes, definitely catch the replay. We've gone through a couple different subjects. The initial live stream was about the fact that in Oklahoma there was a news anchor that had to apologize because she compared her co-anchor to an ape. Yeah, child. Don't do the knowledge yet. Oh, child. Did you hear about the astronaut that is divorcing his wife and claiming she was accessing her bank account? What? Hold on. What? So she's divorcing her wife and saying that she was accessing her bank account from space. What kind of internet she got to access some bank account from space, child? If she hacking it, what I need that article. I need Udri send me that article because I want to see that. I've never heard that one. That is hilarious. Ooh, that mm, mm, mm. That's crazy. Of course they're separated. You taking the money from out of space? Yeah, we can't be working together no more because you stealing money from out of the whole galaxy and all that. That's not gonna work. Oh my goodness. Of course. What? That's insane. I have you find like the craziest you find the most interesting stories, G, I swear. That is a mess. But yeah, when it comes to extraterrestrials, it's so tricky because it's like people like at this point, how can anybody even deny it? Because there's so much evidence, and there's so many people that have seen and even and it's mainstream now too. Like a lot of people have seen UFOs in the sky, and then like somebody comes back with, oh, it was a weather balloon. Oh, it was this. Oh, they were doing some random experiments you didn't know about, kind of mess. I'm just like, but it was moving in a direction that we usually don't move in though. When it was a bunch of them and they were doing this and they were like, there was so there's so many videos of UFOs that are all over the country, not just on YouTube or Facebook. Like there's so many that are out there. Yeah, I heard that. Remember the astronaut stalked the other one driving around the what the hell? Oh my goodness. Bob Lasser. I'm not. What happened with Bob Lasser? Nuh-uh. Now Area 51. Hold on. Oh my god. Area 51. Uh, What new is going on with Area 51? Child. I can't think what's new that's going on Area 51. Man, that's a mess. Because Area 51 in general is a whole situation because of the fact of what it is. And people are still trying to deny that it exists. And it's like there's too much evidence to prove that it's there. So sorry. There's some people who yeah, like everybody that's in the White House right now, they can go. Like when they say if they Lord, if they decide to come and to take me to your leader, we're gonna be like, here, go take that fool. Please take him and his all his friends. Bob Lasser is was the whistleblower at Area 51. It's a new documentary on Netflix by a filmmaker named Jeremy Corbell, and he goes in deep. Oh jeez Louise, y'all gotta give my channel snatch. Hopefully they'll be like, oh, she's just a small YouTuber. She's not important. Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I'm not getting monetized anytime soon. That's crazy. You got a list too. Why won't they let us see what's in Area 51? Because there's dead alien bodies and live ones. But let me stop. Um, oh Lord. Don't be surprised if this video gets taken down. Just saying. Or stops randomly. I've had that happen before. I said the wrong thing on YouTube and be like, really? I think as long as I stay away from the music industry, I'm good. Because when I go in the music industry, YouTube snatched your rights, randomly cuts off, and I'm just like, I didn't do anything. Really? Yeah, it was positive. Jackasses. Yeah, they won't let us see it because it's dead alien bodies and flying saucers, right? As well. And they're taking the flying saucers and using that for and they're using the technology to build new things and build weapons and all of that. This is, I mean, like, think about all the technology that we have. How the hell did we get all that? I haven't looked into 5G yet, but I'm concerned. I have some concerns with that situation. Um, a lot's going on with YouTube. A lot's going on with YouTube at the moment. Absolutely. Yeah, they're taking out a lot of channels. And it's sad because I don't think people don't realize the amount of work that goes into doing this. Like people have no idea the amount of time and energy that's devoted. Some people are on YouTube for hours, and I can't even imagine having 100 some thousand subscribers and then waking up and your channel is gone because YouTube caught a fit real quick. Wait, what? You know, the YouTuber that went off in California last year, I'm not even gonna say I understand, but I understand the feeling of wanting to. So Jeremy and Bob went on the Joe Rogan podcast. Oh, and Joe made a comment about people storming Area 51, and some kid took it seriously, made a Facebook invite for people to actually storm Area 51. See, these kids are a mess. Oh, Petty Page posted a part two. Oh, send me that. Shout out to Petty Page because she broke it down. She broke it down because I saw like an intro, but I don't think I saw. Wait, that's the part two. Wait. No, I saw the teaser for part 3. 'Cause I did see part 2, but I saw the teaser for part 3, I think it was. No, 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 I'm thinking of the other one. Okay, I'm thinking of, oh Lord, what's her name? Nappy Headed Joba. I'm thinking of Nappy Headed Joba. So yeah, I gotta check out Petty Pages part 2. 'Cause I saw a teaser for something. Mhm. But like I said, it's crazy what's going on social media, period. But especially when it comes to live streaming and when it comes to YouTube, because originally, if you remember what YouTube was back in the day, was just basic, very very basic people chilling in their rooms, just making the videos that um, and just and being vulnerable and talking about what they're going through and doing so because they want us to help somebody else. I think the problem that scares me when it comes to YouTube now is that people don't feel comfortable doing that anymore. Excuse me. Because they're afraid that they're going to be judged for what's going on in their life. When they came on here specifically because they couldn't, because a lot of the times they couldn't go to their friends or they couldn't go to their family. And so they told a bunch of strangers what was going on because they were comfortable. It's not like that anymore. Now what happens? So now Jeremy stepped in, and instead of storming Area 51, they're going to do a festival. There'll be a big UFO communities coming together to talk about the phenomenon. Ooh, interesting. But yeah, a lot of people people aren't as comfortable coming on YouTube the way they were before, because now people want to go into your background and talk to your family and embarrass you. But what's the point in that? You're literally taking the fun out of YouTube. The whole point of YouTube is about entertainment and about escaping and about opening your world, opening yourself up to the world and showing them who you are. That was the entire point about. That was the whole thing about it. It's YouTube. It's about you. It's about you expressing yourself to to people and being relatable, because sometimes you need to know that someone else is going through the same thing that you're going through to help you get through it. But people don't even want to say anything that say what's going on right now, because now they're afraid of, well, what if someone calls this person that I'm talking about and wants to do an interview with them? When do we get to the point where we're sitting there, we interviewing the people that have hurt someone? Like, I don't even understand that concept. Maybe I'm just different, and mind you, I do interviews, so but I don't understand that concept of wanting to harm someone. When did we get to that point? When did we get to the point where everything was watched so carefully that we literally just watch people just to see what they say, just to use it against them later because we didn't like one thing that they said. No, I'm not talking about people that sit there and try to drag people and be disrespectful and lie and cheat and all that kind of stuff. You need to watch those people because you need to make sure that they're um that when they try to backtrack later on and say they didn't do nothing, that you have the proof that they actually did it. I'm talking about people that are just generally just talking and having a situation, whether it be family or friends, and just want somebody else to hear them. I've never gotten there either. I've never I've never gotten to that point. Um oh so so doing a series on, oh yeah, so on Petty Page. Yeah, doing a series on what's going on with YouTube. I've never gotten to that point. I can never see myself getting to that point. Like, and shout out to fucking Neva, because what he's going through with his brother right now, that's hard. It's hard. It's hard, hard, hard to deal with someone in your family that has mental illness. It is hard. It is a struggle. It is a serious struggle to deal with your family that have mental illness. I look back now and I'm just like, I and I feel horrible for whatever my parents threw um when I had bipolar when I was a teenager. And it was just for me it was more rebellion. Nothing. I didn't do anything that was incredibly harmful, thank God, because some people have done a lot worse. But I know the outbursts when I had manic attacks and all of that and going back and forth to the hospital and all that. This is documented. Like I've talked about this on other platforms. And again, I was a teenager when this happened. So you can dox it all you want to, go look at the records. I don't care. Because I already know that I moved past it. And it was my choice to get off medication when I was 22 because I was like, oh, I can't pay for that. So we're gonna figure this out. But I know now um that a lot of things I was going through was because of the medication that I was on. So I can't even imagine what he's going through and how, and because he is such a big YouTuber, what he's going through emotionally and the pain that his family is going through. She said, I watched an interview with Elon Musk, and he was being very serious about AI, artificial intelligence, and how we're feeding it more and more when a problem happens with it and it becomes more united. Oh, I ain't messing with Alexa. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. So, like, Alexa seems cute and all. Alexa hears everything, and I mean when I say everything, I mean everything. Alexa don't go off. How? Why you think Alexa can wake you up? Because Alexa does not sleep. Alexa don't sleep. If you have a Nintendo 360, you have to make sure that you put something in front of that camera. Otherwise, it's recording you all day long. That was my biggest problem with the 360. When I saw, I was like, I'm like, but if it's able to show your movements, then it's recording you. It's recording you all day long if you don't have something in front of that camera. There's a video that I need to find that explains AI and what the plan is going forward. Yep, yep. I am not messing with Alexa. No, no, no. Alexa listens for keywords. Yep. Alexa records everything. She listens for keywords, but she's recording everything. So that means your intimate moments, recording that too. So yeah, no, Alexa will not be coming in this house ever. Yes, it's how the AI learns to listen and watches, and that's why it's turned off the AI feature on your phone and blocked all cams with the black tape on the laptop. Mm, 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 mm. And it's sad that we even have to do that, but that's what it's come to. Everything is on its server. Yep, yep. Everything is on its server. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to ask Alexa nothing, not a daggone thing. I don't want to ask Alexa nothing. I barely want to ask Google. Shit. Siri be arguing. So what's funny about Siri? Like Siri be arguing with people. Siri will get an attitude. I was like, what the hell? Siri will literally get an attitude. Siri will literally get an attitude. It's crazy. If you say the wrong thing, Siri be like, what? I'm like, but you, how are you mad at me? Wait a minute, damn it! I asked you a question. Yeah, I have a Droid, but I have friends that have iPhones, and Siri be tripping me out. Like I remember we were down in Springfield, and we were trying to get the directions back to the hotel. Now, mind you, we had just so there was a race ride in Illinois. Oh God, I want to say 19. No, no, no. Right, right before the NAACP was created, there was a race ride in Illinois. And so we had just found out about we had done the tour of where the race riot was, which is like right by the Capitol, which is crazy. I mean, like across the street from the Capitol in Springfield. And we're just like, why was this not in the history books? Like you have to dig deep to find out about the space pirate because they buried it so deep until about a few years ago actually. And even down there, they didn't even want them to do the tours. Like they had the guy who did the tours did did had been getting death threats from his family had been getting death threats for a while. But so we're down there, we're we're typing in how to get back. We're asking Siri how to get there. She literally gave us a question mark like what? Wait, what? We in a racist ass part of the state and you don't know how to get us home? Oh hell no. Child, we was like, oh no, somebody like, hey Google, let's figure this out. It was crazy. We're like, what do you mean you're not just stop working? Or when we was in we were going down to Kentucky for the fashion show. And so and like we are on the highway and Google Maps straight just cut out. We're like the GPS is just like, nope. No, because I remember no, because we went to we had stopped because we were going to Starbucks. I think yeah, we were stopped to go to Starbucks. So we had added just you add a stop. And apparently our GPS we named her Lola because she came with the car or whatever. So Lola didn't like that and she literally shut off in the middle of the highway. We're like, oh my gosh, our GPS just cut off on us. So we all pulling our phones out like, all right, let's figure this out. Kentucky. On purpose, right? On purpose, right? You were. I think we were probably in Indiana on our way to Kentucky, but yeah, it just shut off. It was just like we're like, wait, why did you stop working? Wait, where are we going? It was a mess, child. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. Like, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy that we depend so much on artificial intelligence now. But Siri, yeah, Drew says she don't ask Siri nothing either. Because people be like having whole conversations with Siri. I'm just like, I don't think I understand. There's something about that thing that just isn't right. Something just ain't right about that program. Some there's something that's just not right about that situation. Something is not right about that situation. Absolutely. People don't get it. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. But I have been on here for 2 hours. You guys are awesome. Definitely gonna do more live streams now. I love this platform. This works. Definitely gonna do more live streams. Definitely gonna start bringing guests on all that kind of stuff. Now that I'm playing with StreamYard, so I'll do StreamYard because I like you better than I liked Hangouts because you are easier to work. Yay! So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot more live streaming. And Apple offering credit. Of course they are. They wait, hold on, wait. You said hold on. She said Siri got on her about cursing. See, I cannot. Oh, Deanna sent you, yay! Shout out to Deanna, I love her. She's so awesome. Yes, yes. Siri trying to be your mama. Nope. There's too much. There's too much. But yeah, make sure that you guys follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Dania Azure. That's DANAYAAZRE. Like it's right there. If you look right on the, it's gonna be for you. I think it's the right hand corner. Oh, boom, right there. Right there is where you can spell my name. If you go to Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, or Snapchat, you can find me. Make sure that you follow if you have not already done so. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I'm going live. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos this weekend. I will be at Dania Azure. Yes. You I will be at African Festival of the Arts this weekend from Friday to Monday. So it's gonna be really, really good. We have some awesome acts. But Timmy's gonna be there, Afro B, while Wale and Ohio Players. There's so many amazing acts. Teresa Griffin. There's so many dope acts that will be there, and I will be at the stages. So make sure that you guys come out and support. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. I appreciate everyone that has came through. Shout out to y'all if you were on the replay and you have gotten this far. You have attention span, and yay for having an attention span. Because that's definitely not common these days. Shouts to everybody in Club Chat, No Crabs in the Barrel, all the amazing content creators that are doing dope things, doing positive things, and showing love to people around the world. We love you. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful night. And I'll see y'all in the comments. Peace and blessings. Bye.